Welcome to the Open Timber Portal introduction video. The goal of this video is to share the idea and motivations behind the site and walk you through the structure so you can navigate easily during your first visit. The Open Timber Portal, as you can see, is a web platform. The platform promotes compliance of legal requirements for the timber trade and harvest by compiling information from governments, the private sector, and third-party independent monitors in producer countries. The objective of the OTP is to incentivize legal timber by improving access to information, which is enhanced by having more than one data source. Governments provide information on the official concession boundaries within their country, as well as the list of registered timber producers. Right off the bat, this allows the Open Timber Portal team to know who is operating where and who to reach out to. Producers on the list provided by the government can then voluntarily upload documents that demonstrate compliance. Lastly, independent monitors upload their observations on producers, allowing buyers to have a more informed picture on the producer's history during their due care process. In addition to centralizing all this information, we have integrated information from Global Forest Watch, which is a WRI mapping platform that uses satellite image analysis to collect data on topics like tree cover loss and gain. We organized the information on the site so that it is easy to navigate by creating 3 options, which allow you to look at the data sources individually or all together. Option A links to the producer's transparency ranking, where you can see where the producers rank and narrow down by country or certification. We will go into that more later. Next, we have option B, the producer profile. If you have the name of a supplier you would like to check, you can enter that here. By clicking the name, you will be taken to the producer's profile, and there you will be able to see all the information related to them on the OTP. The last option, option C, takes you through the Independent Monitors Observations database, where you can see all observations submitted by third-party forest monitors and NGOs. We will now explore each of these options one by one. With option A, you will be taken to this page made up of a map of the active countries and the ranking on the left side. In orange, you can see the forest management units, and the blue are protected areas. You will also be able to see the Global Forest Watch data. The pinkish color represents aggregated data on tree cover loss, whereas the blue represents aggregated data on tree cover gain. You can also activate GLAD alerts, which are near real-time tree cover loss alerts. If we select a forest concession, you can see the name of the company managing that concession. On the left part of the screen here, you can see the transparency ranking. All active companies known by the Forest Ministry will appear on the list. For each country, we have developed a specific list of documents that we invite timber producers to upload. Based on how many they upload and pass through a quality control process, they are ranked. More documents mean a higher position. You are able to sort from top to bottom or bottom to top. You can also filter by country or by certification. As you can see, the map will also adjust based on the filters you apply. Regarding certification, you can pick whatever scheme you want from this list. The ranking is purely based on the number of documents available, but you will have access to other valuable pieces of information. For most companies, you can see the average number of observations made by an independent monitor during a visit, the number of forest management units each company operates, and the certification of these forest management units. Next is option B, which leads you to the producer profiles. If you have a producer in mind, let's say IFO, you can enter the first letters of the name here, and the system automatically makes suggestions. This is what a company profile looks like. There are 4 sections. The first is the overview, which visualized key facts and figures from other sections in case you don't have a lot of time. Here, you will also find an overview written by the company wherein they talk about their activities, products, contact details, and link to their site. Next is the documentation section. This is where you will find information on the documents that are available for that company. This page is organized in a way where there is less detail at the top, and as you scroll down, you see more details. Here, we start with the score. Then, we have the detail of this score. We can see that 78% of these companies' documents are uploaded and valid. We also see that 8% have been provided but have since expired, and 14% have not been provided at all. As we move to the right, we can see even more detail. We split legality into main topics, and if we scroll, we can access the actual documents. Every rectangle represents a document, and if you click here, it will take you to the PDF of that document. These documents are organized in 3 ways. First, the different colors all represent a different document status. Gray and green mean that document has been provided and is valid. Gray and red mean that document has expired. You can see the expiration date in the corner of this box. Orange means the document has never been provided. And gray and black mean that the document is not required. In this case, the company is required to provide a written explanation for why the document isn't required. The second way we have to organize documents is by legality category. Here, we have the documents related to the legal registration. Then, to the right the company has to use the forests. Then, transport, etc. The third and last way we have to organize the documents is by dividing them in 2 sections. Here, the documents for the entire company. In that second section there, the documents that have to be provided for each forest management unit. In this second section, you will find the different colors and the different legality category too. The third tab you see here is Chronological View, which shows the documents over time. Through this view, you can see if there are any gaps in the validity of a document, or in a case where the wood you are buying was not cut recently, it might be worth looking back to check what the status was at the time. The third section is where you can find the observations related to the company. Since this company doesn't have any observations published yet, we'll have a look at another company. In this case, there are 13 observations. Same as the last section, the page is organized from less detail to more. Here, orange means high severity, black is medium, green is low, and gray means that there was no severity reported. As you scroll, you will begin to see tabs for different years, which correspond to when the observation was made. Now, we have more detail and we know the topics that these observations are related to. The topic changes depending on the year. For even more detail, we can keep scrolling. We see more information about each topic. And here, for instance, we see that there was an issue with timber harvesting. We see more detail here, and we can see it was linked to a default on maintenance of exploitation documents. If we click here, we access the full description of the issue as well as the full report, including the evidence. Let's change company again and look at CIB, for instance. Here, the fourth and final section is the FMU section. Similar to the map from earlier, but it will only show the concessions managed by the company. The last option is C, which allows you to explore the observations database. Here, the platform will compile all the observations entered by independent monitors in Congo and DRC and beyond. I actually want to take a few seconds here to highlight the fact that the system has been set up to welcome observations for any countries. As a result, the database of observations you see here goes way beyond Congo and DRC. You can apply different filters on the left, and depending on what you select, the graphics will change. Here, you have the same severity scale as when we were looking at observations for a specific company. You will see that there is here a list of topics. These are all the categories that observations can be filled under. You can select by country or by year. You can also sort by severity if you're interested in looking only at observations with high severity, for instance. You can also select by company or by forests. You can also search by observations category. If you are only interested in seeing observations for taxes and fees, for example, you can specify it. You can also select the independent monitor you want to see observations for. In the table below, you will see all the data based on the filters you have selected. So, above we have a graphical representation, and here we have all the details in full. The table can be pretty big because we have a lot of different attributes and columns. To make it more straightforward, we made some of the columns optional. So if I check them from up here, they will disappear from the table. But if you check them, they reappear. In addition to these three navigation options, there is a help section with an overview of the OTP, how it works, and frequently asked questions. There is also an About page where you can find out how to contact us, as well as the list of our partners and donors. And there is here our last section with our terms of service. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to reach out with any questions you may have at opentimberportal@wri.org.